Do you believe a man could fly? Hello everyone, welcome back to the Real Screen Team. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with fellow Superman Christopher Johnson.
Hello everyone.
And we're back with Year of the Superman to discuss the best Superman movie still, in my opinion, Superman the movie.
Arguably.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably. But it's the big one. It's the big one that cemented Superman truly as a household name.
But before we do the overview, make sure to find us on Facebook, the Real Screen Team. Where else?
You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and Lemonade.
And make sure to like, comment, share our videos, and definitely subscribe. Like for those who have subscribed so far, we need more.
Yep, as we are trying to grow this, 500 subscribers is our first major goal.
But when I get into the overview.
Okay. Superman the movie is a 1998 superhero film based on the DC Comics, featuring the title character. The film was produced by Dovemead Ltd. An international film production and distributed by Warner Brothers. The film was directed by Richard Donner based on a screenplay written by Mario Puzo, David Newman, Leslie Newman, and Robert Benton, based on a story written by Puzo. Screenwriter and director Tom Mankiewicz also served as a creative consultant for helping in rewriting the script. The film stars Christopher Reeve as Clark Kent / Superman alongside an ensemble cast including Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Jeff East, Margot Kidder, Glenn Ford, Phyllis, Thaxter, Jackie Cooper, Trevor Howard, Marc McClure, Terrence Stamp, Valerie Perrine, Ned Beatty, Jack O'Halloran, Maria Schell, and Sarah Douglas. This was the most expensive film made up to that point, with a budget of $55 million. The film was a critical and financial success, earning a $300 million worldwide box office. The film was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, thanks to the talents of John Williams, and Best Sound. The film also received a Special Achievement Academy Award for visual effects. Groundbreaking in its use of special effects and science fiction / fantasy storytelling, the film's legacy led to the mainstream popularity of Hollywood's superhero film franchise. Also in 2017, Superman the movie was selected for preservation by the Library of Congress's National Film Registry.
Now the synopsis.
Okay. Just before the destruction of the planet Krypton, scientist Jor-El sends his infant son Kal-El on a spaceship to Earth. Raised by kindly farmers Jonathan and Martha Kent, young Clark discovers the source of his superhuman powers and moves to Metropolis to fight evil. As Superman, he battles the villainous Lex Luthor. While As novice reporter Clark Kent, he attempts to woo co-worker Lois Lane.
It still holds up.
Yes, it definitely still holds up.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times since the new Superman movie was coming out, so I rewatched this so many times.
I think I only watched... I did watch it leading up to it, and, getting ready for our reviews, but good Lord, I didn't go that hard on it. But, yes, truly a fantastic film. Truly. If you kind of want to know the basics of Superman, this is the one.
And also, it's basically Superman's origin story, so that'll tell you everything.
Yeah. But why don't we start with our cast, starting with the main man himself, Christopher Reeve as Clark Kent, a.k.a. Superman. Phenomenal. There's a reason why this man is an icon and still is to this day, because of his performance as Superman.
And at that time, he was just a relatively unknown actor. He did like some films, but he wasn't really
like that weird film with him and
I think that happened after.
That movie was after?
Yeah.
Wow. So we got Superman, and then we got Superman and Alfred kissing later.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. But yes, this film made Christopher Reeve.
Yep.
And I give him a great deal of respect of taking the time to learn the character and also telling costume and makeup, make me look like the comic. And my God, did he look like the comic.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of uncanny seeing him portray the character, because it almost kind of feels like, oh, he literally jumped out of the comic panels and here he is. Also give a great deal of credit to Christopher Reeve for his portrayal of Clark Kent and making him so distinguishable of a character compared to Superman. Not just him putting on glasses and a suit. He got the whole demeanor of him, slunching down, being a bit more soft-spoken, clumsy. Heck, he even parts his hair on the other side than what he is as Superman. And very nice attention to detail.
That's how he got the part, along with the screen tests, which are shown on the special features, where he does audition with plenty of Lois Lanes, where you can see the sweat from the test suit. Yeah.
I mean, how many hours was that?
So many hours.
I bet you that's the reason why you saw the sweat.
Yeah.
But you got to give him credit. I mean, your thoughts?
Yeah. He was great as both Clark Kent and Superman, although we don't see him until halfway through the movie.
Weirdly enough, yeah. That is.
Even though his voice does make an appearance as young Clark Kent, because he dubbed over the other actor, which the other actor wasn't thrilled about. Yep. Yeah, so we get to officially meet him when he's actually at the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Officially as Clark Kent. But yeah, he does have to deal with a lot of stuff, like being able to fit in.
Yes, he's just a simple country boy from Smallville.
Yep. Losing his dad.
Which I'm starting to see a trend where This one, Jonathan dies. I think the next major adaptation, Jonathan lives, then he lives to die, then he lives, then he dies, then he lives. Why? Why does this happen?
Well,
Can't this man just live?
Well, they wanted to give him an emotional thing, the writers.
What, more emotional depth?
Yep.
At least this was an easier one to handle. Plus it was actually telegraphed a bit beforehand.
Yep. And we don't need to tell you his origin. We already, because
we get to see it.
Yep. Him trying to fit in and him also falling in love while also playing his klutzy self and sweeping her off her feet when he actually decides to put on Metropolis in the busiest crime spree during that night. Everything was going on that night. Helicopter crashing.
Lois almost got shot, which, thanks to Clark acting clumsy, caught the bullet.
Yeah.
I mean,
even though he...
Are you sure you want to date this woman?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? Because it seems like almost on a weekly basis, this woman is involved in some sort of major incident.
Stopping some robbers. One of them was a cat burglar.
Huh. Yeah.
When there were still businesses working. Yep. Granted, he gets given the suit because of his father from his montage when he goes to the fortress.
Yep. Yeah. Which is, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which was fine. I think the Lois and Clark at Smallville and Superman and Lois did a bit better with that. Saying that his mother made it, Martha Kent made it, except for the S
was, you know,
yeah,
the clan of
yeah, yeah. So that was able to protect them, yeah. So, yeah, here it's mainly his origin is also a love story with Lois.
Yeah.
Mainly.
The start of it.
Yep. Where he just tries to do the right thing, although he still misses his dad, his real dad, his dad, Pa Kent, and being told not to interfere with time, which we all know that doesn't work out really well.
Yeah, we're going to get more into that.
Yep. But he does great with the Superman suit and everything, and his speeches when he's in Superman, yeah.
He truly feels like Superman.
Yep.
And plus, they actually did a good job with him of showing him flying in this one.
Yep. You don't really see the screen unless you see the remastered version. Where occasionally,
There's only so much.
Yep. But, yeah, he made everyone believe a man could fly.
Yes. Now, do we go into his dad?
Yeah, his dad. Since he's in the first half of the movie.
Okay. Marlon Brando as Jor-El.
Yep.
My son.
Yep. The first big name that they got cast to promote the movie.
And Marlon Brando did do a good job.
Yep. Despite reading his lines everywhere from the set.
Which was a common thing that he did on a lot of his films.
And pronouncing Krypton as Krypton.
I was tempted to say that in the synopsis. I was very tempted.
Yeah. Yeah. First he gets rid of General Zod.
Yeah. Essentially, he was the prosecutor.
Yeah. Giving them the humane Phantom Zone.
Which, in the end, do you truly consider that humane? Because they're forever trapped in a parallelogram traveling through space.
well, in his mind, yeah.
As they're, asking for forgiveness and save us, you just launch them in a parallelogram, a flat parallelogram through space.
And having Zod declare his revenge on Jor-El and his heirs, which foreshadows the next.
You will kneel before me.
Yep. Of course, he also has. Of course, he's part of a high council, which no one believes his theories.
Yeah, that we're through our mining of so many resources from the planet is about to implode.
Yep, and all the council members don't believe him. Even poor Ian Chesterton doesn't believe him. Yes, William Russell is in there with a non-speaking role, but he's there as a council. But he does, and they tell him not to leave Krypton, which he agrees, but they never said anything about his kids leaving Krypton. Yeah. So he sends Kal-El along with a computer version of himself
to give him knowledge for his formative years.
Yep. And he does a big speech. The son becomes the father, and the father becomes the son on the journey off, the sad journey off. Yeah, and even in death, Jor-El still comes back, although he's not as much crazy as the Jor-El we know from Smallville, as far as we know.
Yeah.
He's less of a dick.
Yeah.
He still has some of his dick moments, like the changing time thing, or when it comes to Superman 2, the Donner cut.
You have failed me, my son.
Yep. But he doesn't go extreme.
Yeah.
On that. But yeah, his goal is to tell old Kal-El not to change time, which comes into play at the end.
Yeah.
Of course, let's get into the other big name star that was announced that also was used to promote the movie.
The main villain?
Yeah.
Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor.
Yep.
You gotta give it up for him.
And also, R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
Yes.
Since he
We
passed away
miss you
this year,
already, sir. We miss you already.
Yeah. Yep.
It's such a sad way to go.
Yep.
But dear God, man, you left a great legacy.
Yep.
And this is one of the major parts of your legacy.
Next to being the Blind Man and Young Frankenstein.
Well, yes, that, and also, I think he was Bonnie's brother in Bonnie and Clyde.
I haven't seen that.
He actually did a really good job in that.
Yeah. Of course, also the French Connection, which I haven't seen, where he's an anti-hero.
Need to watch that too.
Yep. But yeah, I've mainly seen his comedic roles, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
And he's Michael Rosenbaum's favorite Lex Luthor.
Which makes so much sense. It makes sense.
Yep.
There is a little bit of Gene in there in Michael's performance, though I think he plays it much more subtly.
Yep. But in this one, he's a mastermind who kills cops who try to find his hideout.
Yeah.
That's his intro scene. Killing a cop who's trying.
By having him getting ran over by the subway.
Yep.
Monorail.
Mm-hmm.
Monorail.
Want to post that scene?
Yes.
You play it. Yeah, all right.
Monorail.
Yeah, we finally got the
Death
play
by
it.
monorail.
Yep. So, yep. Of course, he has incompetent help, which I don't know why he picked that incompetent help in the first place.
I guess go ahead and acknowledge them already.
Yeah.
Ned Beatty as Otis, the henchman, and
Valerie Perrine
as Miss Tessmacher.
Yep. I just don't know why Otis
Miss
is...
Eve Tessmacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Yeah, why does he have Otis?
Yeah. Otis does nothing. Gets him more into trouble. Especially with the missiles later on. When he doesn't count it right because he ran out of arm room.
I guess maybe Lex wants to have him there so he truly feels like the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you're already rich. You have great intellect, but do you need someone there just to make you feel smarter? Do you? Yeah. And I guess maybe Otis is a lot more like a butler.
Yeah.
And also gets his hands dirty because Lex doesn't want to get his hands dirty.
Except when he does.
Well, when greater measures have to be done.
There's one guy on screen and two off screen when he's traveling to go get the kryptonite.
Yeah. This Lex has a body count.
Along with the possible deaths that he would have came. Along with the death that got negated because of time travel.
He would cause the deaths of thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
Just because he wanted land. For real estate.
This man did all these terrible things just to be a land shark.
Yeah. But you say Marlon Brando, you got remember because they're the first in the opening titles. So
yeah. Poor Christopher Reeve. You're playing the title character yet. What, isn't he like the third name?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But yeah, Lex figures out Superman's weakness before Superman does.
Yeah. And had to kill two people just to get it.
And also, it was kind of Superman's fault when he decided to do the interview. That kind of put Lex 2 to 2 together.
True.
That's why he had a lead case to hide the kryptonite.
Which, how did he know about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's also one of Superman's weaknesses. He can't see through lead.
He did that with news thing with Lois.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So he at least knew some of his, some things that handicapped his abilities.
Yeah, but he mainly does. He does good thing, although he's still not my favorite Lex Luthor. My favorite's still the evil billionaire versions.
Yeah, same here.
Although him dangling this kryptonite around Superman for his trick, I caught ya, and then throw him into the river to drown. So he's gonna launch the missiles.
I mean, hey, he was pretty close. Pretty close.
Of course, we don't see him with the bald until the end.
Yeah, which is one thing that I've never
because Gene
Hackman
understood. Because Gene Hackman didn't want to be bald. He just didn't want to be bald. It's like he didn't want to get rid of his mustache, and we had to be tricked by the director to get off his mustache by having the director put on a fake mustache and have him say, "If you shave your mustache, I'll shave off mine." And so he shaves off his mustache and...
Ha-ha!
Yep.
Faked you out.
Yep.
But we'll at least let you keep your hair.
Yep. For a while. And then just use bald cap for the end.
Yeah, that is one thing that has always weirded me out about this film is... I know Lex is a bald man. Why does he have hair? Until the end. And now it kind of messes with me of...
Those were all wigs.
Yes. Lex, why are you dealing with the whole vanity of not having hair? I think he's the only Lex that deals with that.
Yep. Because all the other Lexes don't care.
Yeah, they just take their baldness in stride.
Yep. Yeah, so in the end he goes to prison with Otis. Because Miss Tessmacher gets let off because she saved Superman because she had the hots for Superman. Along with him saving her mother because New Jersey was also going to get blown.
Yeah. Well, hold up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because her boyfriend Lex was going to blow up.
Was she technically his girlfriend? Or?
And the television cut, they have more of a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship in the television cut. 3-hour television cut.
So that's kind of what inspired other adaptations?
Yeah.
Yeah, because thanks to this film, Otis and Miss Tessmacher got introduced into the comics.
And they still show up for media.
Yeah.
Like Supergirl and even Superman and Lois.
And the new Superman film.
Yep.
So thanks to this film, Lex actually starts to get his own team.
Yep. But let's talk about the Superman supporting cast. Now that we've already discussed the villains.
Yeah. The main love interest?
Yep.
Margot Kidder as Lois Lane.
Yep.
Do we?
Yep.
Yeah. We gotta. We gotta.
Yep. She did great, even though she gets far worse billing than Christopher Reeve does. She's like 7th or 8th down the line.
Which I felt disrespected for her over that. I mean, you're playing Superman's main love interest. Why are you so low on the totem pole of importance of the principal cast?
Mainly because star recognition.
Yeah. You got to get Don Corleone and, the other well-known name first.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yep. We sort of know her as a little girl, even though I'm still not a big fan of that part.
Yeah, because what is the age difference then?
Yeah.
Because Clark was in high school.
Yeah, and she... Was it because of all that smoking made her look older? Maybe.
I mean, possibly. I mean,
yeah.
Good Lord, the 70s and smoking.
Yep. Although it's only until the expanded director's cut where we found out, yes, that's Lois Lane. Unless you watch the end credits. With young Lois Lane, yeah. Seeing him run around. Yep. But her introduction is trying to win the Pulitzer and being annoyed by Clark, who's pining after her.
And not giving him the time of day.
Yep.
Because simple country boy.
Yep. Till she gets saved by a flying man. They're in a helicopter. Almost crash.
Yeah. And now, that guy.
Yep.
That guy.
And she's the one who names him Superman, which has become a thing in all the media.
Yeah. True.
Yep.
True.
Yep. Every media now has Lois Lane. Even comics has Lois Lane making the Superman name in the later reboots of the comic, yeah.
It was rather super. Say that again.
Yeah, but she's totally in love with Superman, doesn't care about Clark at all. They do have a good romantic thing where Superman almost nearly kills her when he lets go.
Hey. It was a very nice flying scene. Very nice flying scene.
Even though both actors didn't like it because of all the strapping that they had to do.
Yeah, true.
And I think they nearly fell off.
Oh, good Lord.
Until Christopher Reeve called him because he was too method in character. Yes, Christopher Reeve was one of those method actors.
Oh, God, he was a method actor.
Yeah.
No.
But unlike some people, he only did it during the takes, not during the whole time.
Hallelujah. Okay, I give him a pass on that one.
Yeah.
Be method when you're filming, not off camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't be Edward Norton or Jared Leto.
Yeah. Yep. So those were the things. Margot Kidder did great, even though they had so many Lois Lane auditions that were also the screen tests are also on the DVD/Blu-ray, where we had Leslie Ann Warren from the Lois Lane Superman musical show.
Ooh.
She auditioned to try to reprise her role. And Archer did it. Of course, the future old Commissioner Barbara Gordon, Stockard Channing, also. She was the runner-up.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Yep.
That would have been so cool.
Yep. She was close to getting it until Margot got it. It's for the screen tests.
I know Stockard would have done a very good job. She would have, but I don't know. For some reason, Margot just fits it.
Yep.
She fits it.
Yep. She used her methods of ignoring the guy she doesn't like and being all gooey-eyed when the guy she does like.
Oh, do it.
That's how it got her the role.
Hey, it works. It works.
But,
and plus, the chemistry that she and Christopher Reeve have is perfect.
Even though they were more like brother and sister. Offset, but yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Of course, let's talk about the other Daily Planet's staff.
The Chief?
Yep.
Jackie Cooper as Perry White, but don't call him Chief.
Yep. One of the earliest Little Rascals.
That's right. He's one of the few that didn't suffer the curse.
Yep.
My God.
Yep. But he did great. He doesn't have much to do except introduce Clark to the Daily Planet and be fascinated with the Superman story coming up and
yelling at Jimmy Olsen.
Yep. Of getting him coffee and don't call him Chief. Which sometimes he gets messed up and saying, don't call me Sugar. But yeah, he does good for what he has. He gets a little bit more in the next movie.
Yeah. But hey, it is nice to actually see Perry White and him doing something.
But let's talk about Jimmy Olsen. Welcome back, Marc McClure.
Yeah. Who would have thought he'd be one of the recurring actors we talk about this year?
Yep. Technically, it's a return to DC since the last time we talked to him was in both versions of Justice League.
Very true.
As a security guard.
Very true.
Security guard / police officer.
Now this makes me wonder, is he one of the most recurring actors we talk about?
He's gonna probably get there.
Huh.
Yeah, but
fantastic job as Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
And yet he plays Jimmy in a way that is very likable, but he doesn't seem like annoying or dorky.
Yep.
You know, he really feels like a young, enthusiastic guy.
Yep. Of course, he gets himself in the... He sort of has a crush on Lois, but mostly he also gets himself in trouble by nearly dying thanks to the missile crisis. Luckily, Superman was there to save him, not the other person.
So is that the reason why Jimmy gets the watch?
Yep.
The Superman help watch?
Yep. Like I said, it's a small...
But yet Lois doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But you were saying?
Yeah, but he doesn't get much to do in this one.
Small role.
Yeah. They get to spend upon a little bit more in the next movie.
Yeah.
This is an
that
origin
pretty
story.
much is the case for like half the cast.
Yep, except for Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Everyone
and poor Otis.
Yeah.
And Miss Tessmacher.
Yep, only the villains get expanded, get to keep their things. Everyone else has to get expanded part for the next sequel.
Yeah.
Because they were filmed the same time, simultaneously. Superman 1 and Superman 2. Which ended up with lots of fights on set between the director and the producers, which doesn't end well for the director.
And that's why we have two versions.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's talk about the Kent family.
Okay.
Or his birth mom.
Yes.
Yep.
First, his birth mom, Susanna York as Lara.
Yep.
Gets expanded in the second film. A little bit. Well, yeah, one of them.
Yep.
Because they didn't want to pay Marlon Brando initially.
Yep. Yep. She's there worried about her son going to Earth and being different and being alone.
Yeah, which all are valid things to worry about.
And Susanna York didn't like that Marlon Brando had more lines than her. And that Mankiewicz said, when you get paid as much as Brando, then you get the more lines.
Yeah, because last I checked, he's Don Vito Corleone.
Yeah. But don't worry.
He's the one with the Academy Award.
Don't worry, the Salkinds make it up to her after they let go of Brando.
Yeah. She got to be a nice motherly figure via computer.
Yep.
Before we got the proper director's cut.
Yep.
And now I want to see a weird Frankenstein monster booth.
We'll get to that. But yeah, she doesn't have much to do. There's not much. He doesn't even ask about his mother once he finds the computer out.
I know. What? That has been kind of a recurring thing in a lot of these adaptations. Why doesn't he ever care about his birth mom?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Superman Lois makes up for that.
Did Smallville?
Yeah, Smallville also does that too.
Hallelujah.
But you have to wait till season 7.
Jesus. It took him that long to think,
Yeah.
oh yeah, my birth mom.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be nicer to me than my dad who's a computer.
Yep. Yep. Of course, now we get to the Kents.
Yep. With Glenn Ford as Jonathan Kent and Phyllis Thaxter as Martha Kent.
Yep. Glenn Ford was the first Jonathan Kent to pass away.
Yeah, and
he sort of has the Uncle Ben vibe.
Yeah.
I think, yes, the writer got inspired by the Spider-Man comic. Like I said, the great power comes great responsibility is you're here for a reason.
A greater reason.
Yeah. Yep. Instead. Because copyright wasn't an issue back then as it is now.
Yeah.
Well,
but, hey, that whole idea would go on to be a major thing for Superman in the comics.
Yep.
Of that, yes, he is here for a reason.
Yep, but first he's iffy about having a child that he just found.
I mean, yeah.
And unlike Smallville, it doesn't cause a whole town full of meteor freaks.
Or a whole calamity of legal adoption.
Yeah.
That would lead into extortion and blackmail.
Yeah. Although we never know how they make this adoption legal.
Very true. Very true.
Not in this universe. It never comes up.
Well, I mean, by this time, when Clark landed, it was like what? The early 1960s or mid 1960s where he landed, or
50s.
Oh yeah, the 50s.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of things like that weren't necessarily a major thing yet.
Yep.
A major thing to worry about yet.
Yep. So he gets the reason that Clark wants to travel back in time because he has a heart attack. He gets the most heartbreaking heart attack. And
oh no, my arm is going numb. Oh no.
Yep.
We didn't even get a chance to save him. He died. Just like.
Yep. But it's one of Clark's crutches for the rest of the movie. His regret that he never even got to save him.
Well, bruh, based off of what we just saw, there was no way you were going to save him. There was no way.
Although in Smallville's case, on the other hand, yeah, he could have saved him.
What, it was a whole Jonathan, don't save me moment?
Well, it's complicated. When we get to the 5th season.
I'm gonna get mad, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it does introduce a main villain that you wanted.
Yay.
Yep. Although, yeah. Of course, Phyllis Thaxter, she was the mother-in-law of, or should I say now ex-mother-in-law of one of the Salkinds. Ilya Salkind, yeah. So she was basically casting as nepotism.
Oh. But hey, she did nice for her small part.
Yep.
She truly felt like Ma Kent.
Yep.
Feel bad that she doesn't get, a whole lot to do.
And she disappears after this movie.
Yeah, where she's just acknowledged as, Ma living in Smallville. That's the reason why he's working at the Daily Planet to, oh no, she dead.
Yep. Died between Superman 2 and 3.
That's daggone shame.
Should we talk about the rest of the Kryptonians?
Yes. Should we talk about one of the elders?
Yep.
Harry Andrews as the second elder of the council
of non-believers.
Yeah. I think he's one of the main ones that's like, we don't believe you, Jor-El.
Yep. That we're
all gonna die.
Yep. that we're threatening to arrest you for insurrection.
I swear.
Because it's a crime to try to preserve life. Yeah. But he gets what he deserves when Krypton explodes.
Oh, same with the first elder, Trevor Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much both of them. Yeah. We don't believe you.
Along with, like we said, William Russell is there as one of the elders.
Guilty.
Yeah. The only good thing was that he seemed Zod in the gang.
Which, should we go into them? Or
a little bit.
Okay.
Even though it's just a small part.
Terrence Stamp as General Zod. Jacko Halloran as Non. And
Sarah Douglas
as Ursa.
Yep, they were good for their one scene.
Yeah, plus we also find out all the really messed up stuff of why they're on trial.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Yep. But when it gets to the good, of course, the origin story was a great origin story and a great love story. That's what kept it. Of course, some of the writing with Tom Mankiewicz, who saved from being so campy.
Yeah, that's one of the things I would have thought that this would be a bit more campy than what it was. But no, they actually play it rather straight.
It was Honor and Mankiewicz that wanted it to be straight. They just wanted the Lex Luthor part to be the only comedic part.
Yet he's the man that made Roger Moore campy.
Yeah.
How does this make any sense?
Well, since he's American and if Superman was American,
oh yeah. So don't make this guy look silly.
Yeah.
We can make the British guy look silly.
Yeah. Yeah, but Honor Mankiewicz saved the movie from being too campy because in one of the scripts, Superman was trying to fly around, try to find Lex Luthor, and he runs into the tellies of Savalas in one of like the scripts.
He would have ran into Blofeld himself.
In his Kojak character.
Oh, who loves you, baby?
That was exactly the line that they were going to use. But Mankiewicz was like, nah, that's a bit too much.
It would have been, that would have been a nice little tie-in.
Yep.
But I get it. We need more severity of the situation.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, along of course the special effects, of course the acting, Christopher Reeve, Marlon Brando, Gene Hackman, Margot Kidder.
Yes.
Yep.
All deserve a standing ovation. All deserve it.
Yep. Of course, like I said, the special effects.
For the time.
Yep. With all the imagery that made you believe a man could fly.
Yeah.
And along with the effects for the suits for the Kryptonians, which happened by accident. That they liked it so much that they kept it.
And like I said, that Christopher Reeve truly wanting to look like the comic book character himself. Make it look more like the comic.
Of course, the score by John Williams. Superman. That's why. Yeah, that's
well,
what.
Yeah, that's where the whole announcing of Superman.
And that's the theme that most of the other adaptations use, mainly the movies.
Yes.
Although occasionally TV shows will make a homage to the Superman show, the Superman movies.
Yeah.
With the theme. Smallville will later on.
Ha.
Yep. So, yep. Of course, the action, which was a bunch of action.
Yeah.
Well, let's go into like the sort of bad. There wasn't much action.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was an origin story.
Also, Lex having hair.
Yep.
Okay, now. Well, let us go back into a little bit of the good. I mean, the introduction of the House of Elcrest, Otis and Eve Tessmacher. The first movie for most of Superman's allies and enemies.
Yep.
This was the first adaptation to really show all of them.
Yep. Because I think the original Superman show just had gangsters. Or evil scientists that weren't like Luthor at all. Yeah.
This was the first time we got to see a lot of these iconic characters.
Yep.
And good introduction of the Superman and Lois love story.
Yep. Because at that time, it wasn't really hit on in the media.
Yeah, and
they were more like she was more like Superman's best friend, who sort of had a crush on him.
Yeah, because we were just slowly getting away from the time period of, oh, you're husband and wife, but you're sleeping in separate beds.
Yeah.
We were finally getting away from that.
Now we'll get to the bad.
I still will never forgive the whole Lex with hair thing.
And then the reversing time.
Okay, now.
They go save Lois, which is all confusing as... So is there like two Supermen stopping the missiles?
Okay, now this is a bigger thing because Clark does have the ability of moving so fast he can go through time. Yeah. That's actually how he found out about Krypton exploding and about kryptonite in the comics. He literally flew through time and saw Krypton explode and one of the kryptonite rocks traveling afterwards. And then he flew back to present. I can give them that, but no, him reversing the Earth to make it rewind, that one, nah.
I do agree. They should have done at least better make it make sense.
Yeah, because, bro, you had to be in two different places to stop two different missiles.
And one of those missiles will play a part in one of the cuts of Superman 2.
True.
Yep.
But how in the world was the second missile still destroyed when you rewound time right before Lois ends up becoming a casualty?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that mean that there's two Supermen?
Yep. Along with the fact that Jamie mentions that he gets saved by a Superman. So it's all confusing.
Are there two Superman?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that would lead to the theory that Superman may have had a robot clone in the fortress, or hand clone.
Yeah. But
that then he just ceased to exist.
But like you said, Lex with hair and his wigs, because Gene Hackman's Lex is the only Lex if you bow his hair without having no hair. And then,
that's the extent of the camp.
Yeah.
But I guess we now go.
I give it a 9 out of 10. It's still perfect. Since I've rewatched it so many times, I still enjoy it as a good origin story. It also represents what all the other superhero origin story movies happen to, like with Spider-Man and Batman Begins and even Iron Man and Captain America in the MCU versions.
For me, I have to agree with you. Give it a 9. It truly set the foundation of all other superhero adaptations. Even to this day, there's still elements of what this started that we still see. Even if it's a completely different company with cast of characters. It's that influential. That's the reason why it's in the Library of Congress.
But before we go, we are not done yet. We discuss the sequel, but it's going to be an interesting review because we discuss 2 versions of Superman 2.
2 cuts.
The Lester cut and the Donner. That's the theatrical cut and the Donner cut, which came out in 2006. So, want to roll us out?
Sure. Well, thank you all for watching. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and click the post notification bell so you're updated with all of our upcoming videos. Well, cut, print. That's a wrap.